It's time for a triple dose of One Piece anime reviews, so strap yourselves in. The last couple of weeks of the One Piece anime series have been absolutely insane. The last 3 episodes in particular have also been very different in terms of what they're actually offering the viewer. I would go as far as to say that episode 839 might be one of the best episodes of the entire Whole Cake Island arc, if only for the amazing scenes with Germa 666. It is the ultimate homage to everything that is Super Sentai and Power Rangers related. It's incredibly flashy, it's over the top, and you can tell that the animators had a lot of fun with that scene. Not to mention, it was also filled to the brim with all sorts of crazy scenes, like Capone Beiji, who actually revealed his Big Father form, which is a massive living fortress, basically modeled after him. He kind of looks like the rock biter from the Never-Ending Story, except that he's just covered with cannons from the Super Mario Brothers series. It's over the top in the best ways possible, and it's exactly what I expect from the One Piece series. And while I truly enjoyed episode 839, 838 was also really great too, as it was a solid conclusion to the backstory of Big Mom. And what I really love about it is that it's still all very mysterious. We don't know what actually happened to the children or Mother Carmel. Did she eat them? Did they suddenly disappear? My theory is yes, they probably got eaten. And that's because we learned that there were 2 witnesses who saw this event. One of them was a giant who looked visibly horrified. The fact that this giant was scared should give you your very first clue to know that Big Mom probably didn't do something very nice with these children and Mother Carmel. Now, he decides to go off, he spreads the word about Big Mom, which of course just installs a lot more hatred in the Giants for Big Mom, which continues until this day. The other witness, however, was Sen, the chef, who we've actually seen in the series. He's actually the guy who created the massive wedding cake for Big Mom. But we get to learn that he's actually one of the founding members of the Big Mom Pirates in this episode. While the giant was horrified, this guy thought it was actually kind of funny watching a bunch of kids getting eaten by another giant child, which is a great indicator to show you that this guy is pretty insane. He also has a very unique devil fruit power, which is known as the Cook fruit, which effectively allows him to transform anything into food, which honestly is a really useful devil fruit power to have, as you're never going to go hungry. Not to mention, you could help out a lot of people with this ability, but this guy seems to be using it for all of the wrong reasons. It's hard to believe that such a one-off, weird side character like Sen the chef is ultimately instrumental for transforming Big Mom into the evil person that she is today, as when they decide to join each other, initially her plan is to create a world just like Mother Carmel wanted, one where there's no racism and there are people of different races, creeds, and cultures coming together to live in one place. However, Sen basically uses this as a catalyst to go on crazy, wild pirate adventures, or at least that is the implication, as once they finally begin their partnership, they go around the One Piece world, making a big name for themselves in front of the Marines, defeating people, ransacking the whole Viking pirate deal, and she ends up becoming infamous and eventually one of the Yonko, the 4 emperors of the series. It's a pretty solid addition to the franchise. It's also worth noting that this is the moment where we get to learn that those big rocket launchers do not work on Big Mom at all. The entire plan is an utter failure. Apparently, she snaps and gets mad so much that the very shockwave of her screams actually destroys these guns in their actual projectiles. And when they try to escape in the mirror, those shockwaves end up shattering it, so they now no longer have a way to actually escape. And that brings us to that one scene of Germa 666, when they finally all get to come out, Power Ranger style, going through their transformations. It goes on for a good long while, but it's so well animated and done with so much gusto that it's just so fun to watch. And like I said, it's sort of like the perfect homage to Super Sentai or Power Rangers, as they each individually go through their transformation, show off their powers, they go through a big pose, fiery explosion, and I think the cherry on top of the sundae of this one has to be that in the midway title sequence, we don't see the seagulls carrying the news like we usually do. They create a very special one just for Germa 666, and when I saw it, and I saw that combined with the animation of them transforming into their super suits and everything, I was like, wow. I want a spin-off all about the Germa 666 team. I think that would be all sorts of awesome. But they don't just transform and look awesome. They actually all get to do a lot of really cool battling, and a lot of them even manage to take down some of the biggest members of the Big Mom family. People like frickin' Pero Sparrow and Daifuku. It's awesome. We also get to see more of Katakuri in action, which is really cool. We get to see him killing more people with jelly beans, which is ridiculous, but still looks really awesome when he does it. It's the latest episode of One Piece where things start to slow down just a little bit, as everybody has retreated into Capone Beiji's massive Big Father castle, and this is where they have to decide to come up with a brand new plan to stop Big Mom, who is desperately trying to break down the door here. We also have some really tense moments between Sanji and his father. Even though they were able to help in that ensuing battle, he pretty much cuts off all ties with them. And he's not doing it for Judge, he's not doing it for anyone else except for him, and of course for his real father, Zeph. This was a really powerful moment in the episode that worked really well in the manga, and it works just as well here in the anime version. That being said, though, the last episode that I am talking about right now is definitely the slowest of the three that I watched, but still really entertaining nonetheless, and is basically just a little pit stop before this arc really starts to kick into high gear. So put on your safety belts. Things are about to get crazy. So, what's the rundown on all of these episodes? Guys, I know that these reviews have been really scatterbrained. It's just sort of my general thoughts about this episode. The fact of the matter is, I've been really busy for the last couple of weekends, and I just haven't had the opportunity to sit down and watch these episodes. I barely had the time to look at them today, and I'm really glad that I did, because, man, they were so much fun. I especially loved that Germa 666 episode. I actually ended up rewatching that sequence a couple of times just because I enjoyed it so much. It was done with so much fantastic animation, and like I said, I would love to see a spin-off of those characters in the future. The other episodes were also really great compliments to it, with the one before the Germa 666 episode being just, you know, the conclusion of Big Mom's story, which I think is really good. There are a few more things that we are going to see in relation to that, but still, it was really great to see all of that play out in the anime, and having the cook fruit would be frigging awesome. Wouldn't that be awesome to just, like, cook steaks from like a log? That's like the manliest freaking thing ever. And it's just more of a build up to the next big events of the next episode, where things are truly going to intensify. Make sure to stay tuned for those. I really loved all of these episodes. I would score them all a little differently, though. I think the first two were 4s out of 5s, and the last one was a little slower for me, but it was still very entertaining and worth seeing if you're a fan of the series, which I'm going to give a 3 out of 5. So there they are. I know that this was crazy and all over the place, but I just had to give my thoughts about these episodes. I will try to be more consistent in the future. I can't promise that I'll get them out on Saturday nights, but I'll at least try to get them out by Sunday. That is my plan for the One Piece anime reviews. But there it is. All I know is the arc is intensifying, and things are going to get really fun from here. So I'm definitely ready to stay tuned and see where all of this is going to be headed, especially because I've been reading a lot more of the One Piece manga, and yes, those reviews are coming soon too, and all of the events that are going on currently are just really, 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 really exciting. So this is all sort of like a precursor to that. So there it is. That's my thoughts on those episodes. I'd love to hear all of yours, though. If any of you guys watch these episodes, please tell me what you thought about them in the comment section below. If you liked them, if you didn't like them, if you had any favorite sequences like that big Germa 666 episode, that was awesome. I'd love to hear all your thoughts. Comment section below. I'll see you guys next time. And as always, stay down there, baby.